Hey guys, so in yesterday's video, I said my phone was dead, so I couldn't record no more. Well, I continued forging on the back scratcher for my wife, and then today I started working on it again, and I forgot to record it, but it's okay because it's a failure and a success at the same time. That's still hot. So first failure. That's the end. I tried to use a hot cut tool and got the tip right, and then I slipped and punched a hole through it. But this is all a learning experience, so it is what it is. I tried to loop the handle for it, and it's my first time ever doing it, so I'm proud. I did learn a lot from doing it, such as I made the loop a little too thin on one side, so here, so you can see where I tried to wrap it over there. It was just too thin, and it actually burned in the fire, which I didn't know steel could do. But yeah, so that was the end. And then today I was forging the other end of it, and I got it to where it was acceptable to do the job of scratching it back. And I didn't want to burn the steel again, so I called it quits, and I dunked it in water to cool it off, so I can kind of start, prettying it up a little bit. And it broke. It totally just sheared off. Let's see, can I get that to focus? So I failed, but I learned, so it was okay. I had a blast doing it. This little charcoal forge is working great. It's giving my wife a bit of paranoia because she's afraid I'm going to burn the house down. So I got to hurry up and build the gas forge, and she'll feel more comfortable. But yeah, so I finished the back scratcher. I'm sorry I didn't film it. I was just too excited to actually be hitting some metal. And yeah, so my first project, a failure and not a failure. I learned. I made mistakes. I know what those mistakes are, and I can learn from those mistakes. So I'm happy. I actually laughed probably a good 30 seconds when it happened, because literally I put this on the anvil just to because obviously I don't want the metal to be sharp, so I was trying to round these parts here, and I did good. Like, it's not sharp, but it's just enough to scratch it back. Unfortunately, not remembering any of the things I learned on quenching. Now, I didn't factor this in because I was not making a blade. I was making a back scratcher. So I, like I said, I put this in water. Well, if you're going to quench, this little tiny knowledge I have is you need to have the water or oil, whatever you're quenching with, warmed up a little first. I did not. It's like 46 degrees. And so, yeah, the water was very cold. So I heard it ping, but I didn't worry about it. I knew it was a crack, but I was like, it's not a blade. I don't need to worry about that yet. This is day number 2 of ever heating up metal and beating on it. But, I was proud of how it turned out. You can see where I slipped with the hot cut. I was very happy with this. It took a lot of work. I probably put, I don't know, about 3 hours into beating this. Now, I know once I have more experience, it'll go faster, but it, like again. But yeah, so this is my first project. It was a back scratcher. It actually kind of looks like a back scratcher. I did it. I blacksmithed something, and I broke it. But that's it. I'm sorry I didn't film it. It would have been hilarious, but I was just so excited I didn't want to go through the hassle of setting up my phone. Yes, I shoot everything on my phone. Why? Because I have a video editing program on there that just works flawlessly, with the exception of yesterday's video. As I found out, when iPhones are in low power mode, even if you turn your phone sideways, it still does the up and down, and it reduces the quality. So that's why the rush video I made yesterday, I put out 2, was it looked like crap, and I know this, and I'm not worried about that. It happens. This is the important thing. I blacksmithed with a charcoal forge with my hammer, with my, let me show you something here, hold on. Blacksmithed with, this is the total back scratcher here. It's just a piece of rebar, real small, you know. But regardless, I blacksmithed this. I made this. I made that. I did this on this tiny, look, this is my hand. Look, this is how small this anvil is. This is the hot cut tool here in the hardy hole that I tried to use. It's just a broken screwdriver, but you know, it's what I got. And I have, this is it. This is my blacksmith setup. Charcoal forge, 2 hammers. Play school's my first anvil, and I made something, and I feel totally awesome about that. I haven't felt this way in a long time. So as always, thank you for joining in. I'm sorry I didn't film it. I was just too excited, but I had a blast. I learned a lot, and I learned I could burn steel. I learned don't hit the steel after you quench it or it'll break. And yeah, I mean, I blacksmithed. I'm so jazzed. All right, I'll catch you guys in the next one.